into the attributes or qualities of God. God is bold. He is patient. He is faithful. He is humble. God is gentle. God is strong. God is generous. God is very responsible, because He is responsible for you, for me, for all of us, for all of His children. God is truthful. God is dependable. God is attentive, and I said that already, He is faithful, and among all and amidst, there's a whole lot more. He is also holy. He is very holy. Why am I saying all this? Okay, quickly. You hear from a whole lot of leaders, Christian leaders, that you have to have a relationship first with God so that you can be able to be a better person in terms of establishing and building on your own relationship with the person you intend to get married to, or with your friends and families. That is very true, because if you first of all have a relationship with God, He builds a whole lot of qualities inside of you, and you're not going to be the same. You're not going to be coming with your own, with your crude self, like with your unrefined self. Okay, let me elaborate more. If you've really noticed, anyone that has a relationship with God, in the long run, you find that the person learns to forgive. The person learns to be patient. The person learns to be faithful. The person learns to be humble. He learns to be responsible, to be attentive. He learns to be generous, strong and bold. He learns to be truthful. Now, this is not what you will find with someone that this is not what you will find with someone that doesn't have a relationship with God. Because when you have a relationship with God, He trains you to be better. He trains you to have what it takes to function in this world and for what He's called you for. And in the long run, you'll find out that He teaches you how to be patient, because when you ask Him for things, most of the things you ask Him for don't actually come immediately, knowing that you know that He will definitely come true for you, and He's got this and He's in control. Then you'll be able to have patience, to have peace. But if you don't have a relationship with God, if you don't know God to that extent, you'll be uneasy and you won't have that quality. If you have a relationship with God, you would be faithful. You'll be faithful to what you say. You would think before you say whatever you want to say. You'll be wise, and whatever you say, you will make sure that you don't say what you can't do, because you know that God says what He does, and He does what He says, and He's always faithful. He makes you become faithful because you've learned that from Him. Okay, if you have a relationship with God, you'll be humble, and because He doesn't like the proud, and you know He doesn't like that, and He walks with you and through you and with His Spirit through you to make sure that you become humble, because He loves anyone that is humble, and He Himself is humble. He came down in the form of man just to save us. He's God, but He came down in the form of man to save us. That is humility. And you will find out that you will be generous, you would be truthful, you don't lie, you don't do things that are deceptive. He builds in you truthfulness, and that is very, very essential. And also you become dependable. Like, people will depend on you and know that you're reliable, when you have a relationship with God, because He builds you to make sure you are always there for other people. You're not selfish, and you are kind and generous. And He makes you become faithful, like I've said before, strong, gentle. You are not aggressive. You become gentle because He is gentle, and He makes sure that you are gentle. He loves the gentle and the peaceful. Okay. And one more thing before I forget, He makes sure that you forgive, because He has taught us to forgive so that he will forgive us. He knows it's very essential for those people that needs the forgiveness from you, and it's also essential for you to forgive and forgive yourself and forgive others so that you can move forward, so that things don't hold you back, right? So all of these qualities and attributes are something he works with you to make sure you have, and they are very essential for your relationships, for your marriage that you're planning for your spouse, and also for the day-to-day people you meet around, your family, your friends. It enriches your relationship, and you can't get this if you don't have a relationship with God. There's no one that's able to train you to have these qualities more than the one who owns these qualities and who makes sure that we have them as his children. So I would highly recommend you, and I would highly advise and tell you that when you hear leaders in the world of Christianity, and you hear a whole of Christian leaders tell you that you have to have a relationship first with God so that you'll be able to function better in life and in your relationships that you're trying to build, that is very true, and that is very essential.